UN Resolution June 19. The term conflict-related sexual violence refers to rape, sexual slavery, forced prostitution, forced pregnancy, forced abortion, enforced sterilization, forced marriage, and any other form of sexual violence of compatible gravity perpetrated against women, men, girls, or boys that is directly or indirectly linked to a conflict.
14 साल की 15 साल की लड़की हो जाए उसका बाद में बलात्कार नहीं किया जा।
क्या कहता है फिर
उनकी दोनों में रजामंदी।
कहावत है कि एक हाथ से ताली नहीं बजती, दोनों बजते हैं जिस बजने से यो से कहना मेरा।
लड़का लड़की गलती करे हैं तो लड़के को खाली भागीदार क्यों माना जाता है, लड़की को घर बिठा देते हैं, लड़के को जेल भेज देते हैं।
घटना ये बार बार हो रही है और होती रहेंगी आगे भी, क्योंकि ना लड़कियों पे दबाव है ना लड़कियों पे दबाव है।
ये है एक संसार का रूप कि चलता रहेगा, चलती रहेंगी बातें।
UN set the resolution on June 19. The AIPR observed the annual International Day for the Elimination of Sexual Violence in Conflict. The date was established by the United Nations General Assembly in June of 2015 for the purpose of raising awareness of the crimes related to the sexual violence in conflict situations and to honor victims, survivors, and those working to end these practices. On 19 June, Somalia joined the world in marking the International Day for the Elimination of Sexual Violence in Conflict. Over the past year, the United Nations verified more than 330 cases for the conflict-related sexual violence from around the country.
Protests have erupted in countries across South Asia in response to recent horrifying cases of sexual violence that have been badly mishandled by governments. From Afghanistan to Bangladesh, to India and the Maldives, to Nepal, Pakistan and Sri Lanka, there is remarkable agreement across the region amongst experts on sexual violence about what needs to change.
And I'm here to talk to you about the United Nations International Day for Elimination of Sexual Violence, to recognize those people around the world who are being sexually destroyed, sexually assaulted in the most horrific of ways. Why is it that some people feel that it is their right to assault another? What to do and how to do it to eliminate the extreme enormity of sexual violence on women and on children. And no, don't get it twisted. If you think that it's only women and young girls, think again. Young boys are also sexually violated. The International Day for Elimination of Sexual Violence is extremely important. Do not look at this day as just being another day. To eliminate, fight, bring down and destroy sexual violence.
Level where we have an informal justice system. One of the most common ways of resolving rape cases there is by deciding that let's marry off the victim survivor to the rapist.
Sexual violence in conflict areas generally impact a wider community and the trauma lasts for many generations to come. In some communities, stigmatization is much worse and unbearable. This day aims to raise further awareness and the need to put an end to the conflict related to sexual violence and to show support to the victims and survivors of sexual violence around the world. I would like to bring the attention of the UN as well as the international community to take this issue seriously. Just mere commemoration of the day will not eliminate the crimes or solve the crisis. We need stronger deterrence and harsher punishments put in place to bring the perpetrators to justice. Thank you.
The context of International Day on Elimination of Sexual Violence is a significant occasion to remember the lives lost during the India-Pakistan partition, violence against women in Afspa region, and the times of communal violence outbreaks and endemic caste violence, which is very common against Dalits within India and on most of the South Asian societies. Rape and sexual violence are international crimes that violate the physical, mental and moral integrity of women. It is prevalent in war times, genocides, communal violence outbreak and caste violence, and even within the families and intimate relationships. So such is the nature of sexual violence, which is so prevalent, so pervasive in almost all parts of human interaction. So rape and sexual torture was the major theme discussed in International Conference on Human Rights held in Vienna in 1993. So rape and sexual violence take place against women, trans women, gay men, children, at times on any vulnerable man in the vulnerable times. And sexual violence is used as a device to humiliate the entire community due to the patriarchal nature of the ideology that women are not ending themselves, but they are mere extensions of the family, caste groups, community and race or clan they belong to. So hence, much of the violence in Gujarat in 2002 targeted women, children and pregnant women. So it is believed that this minority community has been taught a lesson and humiliated enough when their women have been sexually tortured, killed, raped or abducted. And similarly, in a caste society, in a caste-ridden society, in a feudal society, a landlord rapes a Dalit woman in order to set back the Dalits who trespass the caste boundaries and question the caste dominance of the Brahmanas. So, till the time women are freed from this ideology of being mere extension and properties owned by the men of the caste groups and communities, it is difficult to fight, even address the sexual violence against women during the conflict times.
including sexual harassment in the workplace and in public spaces. Take a stand by calling it out when you see it. Catcalling, inappropriate sexual comments and sexiest jokes are never okay.
Create a safer environment for everyone by challenging your peers to reflect on their own behavior and speak up when someone crosses the line, or by enlisting the help of others if you don't feel safe. As always, listen to survivors and make sure they have the support they need.
Survivors of sexual abuse, particularly girls and women from minority groups, face enormous obstacles to justice. When you combine gender with the victim-survivor women's location, you have women from religious minorities who find it nearly unattainable to get justice because institutional bias is layered on the top of the all structural and systematic barriers.